Quite a little montage there. Our next guest was the best defensive player on the best defensive team in football. Now he's likely to be a top 5 pick in the 2017 NFL Draft. We welcome Bama's Jonathan Allen to First Take. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. So we just mentioned you're likely going to go top 5. Now we've been hearing Myles Garrett will go #1. Tell us why the Browns should take you first overall.
I should be taken first overall because I can come in and make immediate impact up and down the line of scrimmage. You're not going to have to worry about me off the field issues. I mesh well with the team. I'm a hard worker. I have a blue-collar mentality. I'm going to fit well with any scheme you go with.
Stephen Knight?
When you've talked to these teams, is that exactly what you've told them?
Oh, I tell them the truth. That's exactly what I tell them every time.
Okay, no Heisman for you this year. You'd have had my vote. And you're not generally projected to go first in the draft overall, although, as Molly pointed out, you were the best defensive player on the best defensive team in college football. Why do you think you're being slept on like this?
You know, I don't know, but it's not my job. My job is to go out there and just play good football. So that's what I've been doing. I'm going to let you guys take care of that part, and I'm going to do my part.
Jonathan, you have to have some theories. It has to have crossed your mind, like, what is going on here? You have to have thought about this and have some kind of theories.
I don't know. I guess I'm not sexy. I'm just boring. I just do my job, and that's it. So, I mean, it doesn't sell, but it gets the job done.
Listen, a worker with production, never boring. So we read an awesome background story about how when you were on a recruiting visit that Nick Saban turned down your mom's home cooking. How is he? We know how fantastic he is, but how is he better in terms of compared to other coaches?
I feel like what makes Coach Saban good, he's such a great leader of men. I mean, X and O's, he's good, but to get the amount of 5 stars you get year in and year out and get them to wait their turn and just enjoy it and believe in the process, that's what makes Coach Saban so successful.
But how does he get you going?
Honestly, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I really can't explain it. Just when he's talking to you, you really believe what he's telling you, and he really has your best interest at heart. So, I mean, I guess it's different for every guy, but for me, what got me is just the open and the honesty. Most coaches didn't really do that for me coming out of high school.
You know, Jonathan, you know me, roll tide, baby, all the way. I've been saying that for a few years. I was upset that y'all lost to Clemson, the national championship game, but Deshaun Watson's a bad boy. We can talk about that a little bit later. I want to go back to Saban in this regard. I think that Saban is the best. I think that he's the man. I like how outspoken he is and what have you. But I also remember Lane Kiffin going out the door. I also remember reports where people are talking about how it's all business at Alabama. It doesn't involve any fun under Nick Saban. I personally think he's gotten a bad rap in that regard. I want to know, as a player who's played for him, when people allude to the absence of fun, intimating that it's all about business, particularly when it comes with college kids, that might resonate in a negative way. Could you explain to us what life is like at Alabama playing for Nick Saban and whether folks have that right or wrong about him?
I feel like they have it right to an extent. It's a lot of work. It's hard and it's challenging, but we have fun when we win national championships, and when we go on to the next level, when we have successful careers, not just in football, but outside of football. So, I mean, it's a lot of work. Trust me, there's nothing to do in Tuscaloosa but practice and master your craft. So, I mean, we definitely work hard, but we definitely have fun. We have movie nights. Coach Saban always brings the guys over to his lake house, and we get on the boats and the jet skis and have a great time. But when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Jonathan, you guys were involved in an instant classic, all-time great college football game for the national title, but ultimately came up just short. What do you take away from the Clemson loss?
You know, they always say you learn more when you lose a game, and what Coach Saban said after the game was, one game doesn't define you, and that's kind of the message that I've always taken, and I really had to put into action after we lost that game. It was a tough, heartbreaking game. That was probably more emotional than actually winning it the previous year, but, I mean, it's part of sports. You're not going to win every game. It's just how you handle it and how you manage it really defines you as a player and as a person.
You also talked, speaking of Clemson, that Deshaun Watson is the most mentally tough player that you played against. What do you think makes him so special?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how his upbringing was. I don't know none of that, but, man, he's the real deal. I'll tell you that. I mean, just mentally, I don't think I've played a player tougher. I mean, we were out there trying to kill him, trying to hurt him, and not literally, but, you know.
Kind of literally.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was impressive. Even playing against him, I was like, wow, this dude really has it all going for him. So, I mean, I think he's a real deal, and any team to pass upon him is kind of foolish.
His coach, I'm interested that you say that. His coach, Dabo Swinney, says the same thing, called them like, you know, the potential to be the Michael Jordan for a football team or what have you. He thinks that he should go #1 overall. So here's the question. You got an opportunity to have Deshaun Watson or Jonathan Allen. You're obviously going to pick yourself. So where does that leave Deshaun Watson? What do you think he can do for an NFL team?
Well, first off, he's going to bring hope to any team he goes to. I mean, and that's really going to rally the city and get them, you know, on board. But I mean, versatility. He's an accurate passer in the pocket, dual threat quarterback. I mean, he's going to be the face of your franchise. And to be honest, there's not too many guys who are more decorated and more ready for that challenge.
Jonathan, ready for a terrible, like, media-type question, but I got to ask because I'm curious. Who in the pros do you think that your game will resemble? When you look at your upside to be the best pro you can be, who do you look at, past or present players, in the pros?
Two guys I look at are Aaron Donald and Geno Atkins. I mean, when you think of just dominant three techs who jump off the film and jump off the screen, those are two guys that come to mind that I think my game resembles.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, you as good as Aaron Donald, boy, that'd be something.
And you actually resemble Michael Strahan in real
Exactly.
life. You've heard that before?
My whole life.
All right. Jonathan, appreciate you. Best of luck, and we'll be rooting for you.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
And make sure you tune
right,
in
man.
this week because First Take has more of the top prospects in the draft stopping by. Running back Dalvin Cook will be here Thursday. Safety Jamal Adams pays a visit on Friday. Tune in all week here on First Take. LeBron and Jimmy Buckets are two of the best talents in the NBA, but one superstar says they have more in common than you might think. Don't miss that discussion coming up. And you will not want to miss more controversy involving Adam Pac-Man Jones should this latest incident cost him his job with the Bengals.
Didn't I just tell you don't ask me that?
Yeah, but you know.
You out the conclusion. Turn around. Go back. Go back that way. Bye.